Hello, this is Lawrence. You are looking at a photograph of me taken when I was just 13 months old in my grandmother's back garden. So it would have been about 1965 when this photograph was taken. As you can see, I haven't changed that much. The hairline is probably still the same. Well, it's certainly reverted back to the hairline I had when I was a baby. I did once have a full head of hair, by the way. Alas, the time waits for no man. Where am I? And I'm no good with technology, me. No good at all. Hello. Yes, that was me as a baby. As you can see, it's a very old photograph. Black and white. I think everybody's lovely when they're a baby, aren't they? I'm sure even hard to believe with some people that they were babies, isn't it? Adolf Hitler was once a baby. Incredible. Right. Continuing with my life story, and we haven't even begun to penetrate. I'll have to be careful what words I use. To penetrate the... we haven't really got anywhere yet, is what I'm trying to say. Where are we? I think the last time I spoke, my mother had finally gotten rid of my father. That was it. He was cast out. It later transpired that he was in a psychiatric unit of a hospital, which was about 20 miles away. Some felt that this was just that he signed himself into the hospital just to show to people that he was willing to change and that he needed help. But my mother had finally decided that was it, that she had to think about me and herself, and she couldn't. I mean, he'd promised so many times that he was going to change. Things never did change, and so we washed our hands of him. Wasn't the last I saw of him. In the following months, and we'll talk about that later, he did have a habit of turning up unexpectedly. And it had a profound effect on me, because I quite literally saw him in the gutter. But we'll come to that in a bit, if I have time to get that far in this particular broadcast. We were still in the very small flat, and my mother applied to get housing from the social, or a council house as we in Britain call them. She had no choice. She had no money, thanks to my father. She was working very hard. She was working 12 hours a day doing different jobs, as I've already described earlier on. And so, and on top of that, there was no real point in her even beginning to press my father for money for me. I've forgotten what they call it now, paternity allowance or what have you, because he wasn't in a position to pay it. And my mother quite rightly thought that, you know, there was no point in relying on any money from him because of his track record. I mean, he didn't even bring any money into the house when he was with us. let alone when he was no longer responsible for us. And I think she decided she wanted to just break all ties. You know, she didn't want to have to keep contacting him in any way, shape or form in order to get any kind of allowance for me. She decided that this was it. She was going to be independent. She applied, as I say, for social housing. I think it was a few months later when she successfully was given a house, a council house. And I remember we moved in. It was a nice house. I mean, I remember when we first arrived, it had a very big living room, medium-sized kitchen, 3 spacious bedrooms upstairs, a hallway, there was a landing, there was a nice bathroom, and there was a garden, of course, which was something we'd never had since the days on the RAF base. And it was quite a spacious garden. And obviously, me being just a child, I thought it was wonderful, because if I was only a young boy. I like to kick the odd football about, play normal child games that, I mean, in those days, we're talking the mid-70s, there was no computers. We only had a black and white television with 3 channels, would you believe? 3 channels. So there wasn't a lot to do in the house, apart from read a book or something like that. So going out was for a child, at any rate, going out was far more preferable because there was more to see and more to do. I had settled in my new school, which I forgot to mention in the... Oh God, look at the time. God, it doesn't give you time to finish, does it? I had settled in at my new school, and I was very happy there. I did make quite a lot of friends there, good friends. And we moved into this new house, which was luxurious compared to what we'd just been used to. And everything suddenly seemed to fall nicely into place. Things became a lot more stable, and I began to feel a lot more happy. That was about to change yet again with the arrival of my stepfather, who was to be the first of 2 stepfathers, unfortunately. But we'll go into that into more detail in the next video. So we've moved out of the basic flat that we're in this new council house. I'm happy at school. My father is gone for now, and things are looking up. But as always, life is never stable. So that's all for now. I will bid you good afternoon and speak to you all again very soon. Goodbye for now.